Well, hello there, my name is Vlad and welcome to my studio today, whiching out the NUX Mini Studio. NUX, I'm sticking with NUX, have released a bunch of cool pedals over the year and a half that I've worked with them. And one of the latest additions is the Mini Studio, which, as the name suggests, is the smaller brother, sister, cousin, or a distant relative of the Solid Studio, the bigger one, the 2-button one, which has like a power amp simulation and different microphone switches and cabinet simulation thing going on. This is a tiny version of it, just level 8 different cabinet slots, so to speak, and a space control. And no, the control isn't for interstellar flights or anything like that. It just increases the sound of the kind of room reverb that's built into this pedal. Overall, the whole thing is pretty simple. Input, power input jack over here, then there's the micro USB port, and you can change presets, upload your own impulse responses and stuff like that. On this side, headphone jack, output jack, and neatly there's a list of all the built-in cabinets or the kind of IRs this pedal comes with, which is cool. NUX have apparently done the capturing themselves, so all the impulse responses you get in these pedals are made by them, which is really cool. So what we're going to do is basically check out this pedal in two the probably most used situations. The first one being having this pedal as the last thing in your signal chain before you go into front of house or your recording interface. I'll put a drive pedal, most likely the NUX Horseman, in front of it, and we'll hear some sounds, go through all of the preset cabinets in it and check out the space control and stuff. And then there's something that I haven't actually tried before. I have an acoustic guitar there which has a kind of a piezo microphone thingy. It doesn't sound really good, so I got myself a Sigma acoustic impulse response, and I really want to try out how that sounds compared to what the guitar itself is putting out. So that's a second scenario we're going to try out. But yeah, let me assemble this and I'll be right back. Behold, my mighty pedal board is now assembled. And yeah, let's check that out before I forget. Let's just go through all of the cabinets on the clean sound. I've taken space out right now. Here's the dry DI sound of the guitar. So I'm cheat reading from the side. The first one is Jazz 120 cabinet. Second one is Deluxe Reverb 1x12. Boost the volume even more. Bassman 4x12, no, sorry, 4x10. Then there's the, well, A212 means most likely AC30 2x12. TR 2x12, I'm forgetting which one that is, I'll write it down. $1960, most likely a Marshall cap. GB 4x12, so Greenback loaded cabinet with 4x, well, not 4x12s, with 4 12-inch speakers. I think you get the idea. And last but not least, 4x12 with vintage 30s. And again without. know what? I'm kind of almost dying to put this on. Just to get a little bit of life into this sound. This might not be the best choice for the pedal for this demonstration, but because I got these in the same shipment, I thought why not. Check out this space control all the way up. So it's a room reverb, like a smallish room, nothing amazing. I don't know what that was, but that's it really. Other ways you could use it is to, for example, take line out of the Black Spirit 200 over there, which does have a line out, and disable the cabinet simulation there, and use this one instead if you so desire, if you, for example, want to use your own impulse response. What else? If you have a 2-note torpedo capture, which can load down any amplifier, you could take the line out from there. That thing doesn't have like a digital, has like a analog frequency compensation thing, but it's not the same thing as an actual impulse response. So you could basically build like a load box rig with using the capture, which is under 300 euros, I believe, and this is under 100 euros. So for less than 400 euros, you could build a rig where you can load down any amplifier and use pretty much any impulse response with this setup. That could be a really cool one. But yeah, let's jump into the acoustic test. I'm actually super excited about it because this might be my new live setup with the acoustic guitar. Alright, I got my acoustic. This is a Taylor 110E, mid-priced, cool looking acoustic. I have the beam blocker here as well, so less of the acoustic sound bleeds into my headphones that I'm wearing, so I can actually hear the results properly. And greetings from the editing desk, or editing couch in this case. While editing this video, I realized that if I had listened back to all of the different IRs of the acoustic guitar, or like the options I had, I probably would have chosen a different one, but I wanted to capture my initial reactions without like actually trying the whole thing. So I ended up with the one that's maybe a bit too muddy to my taste, but it still sounds miles better to me than what the guitar is putting out. Maybe just boosting the treble on the guitar itself might do the trick. But yeah, heading into the acoustic part, be warned, I didn't listen back to the acoustic IRs before applying them, and yeah, retrospectively I would probably choose a different one, but I think you still get the idea. Back to me. And this is how the guitar sounds with flat EQ and volume and no impulse response or anything. I'm not a huge fan of this sound. It's a nasal piezo sound. Let's see what happens. even with the headphones and kind of acoustic sound bleeding through these non-isolating headphones. Wow! And I didn't even like do any research or like, I just picked one of the Sigma IRs that said that it's cutting out some of the low end, because this puts out a lot of low end. Simple as that. And now I'm getting, like, the stuff I'm getting into my headphones is close to what this guitar sounds like when I'm actually playing it without this beam block or anything. The IR I chose was like a Taylor guitar. This is a Taylor guitar. I guess they have the unique specific sound. I might be able to add space as well, I think. Yeah, I can. That's cool. No, I never want to go back to this one. Wow. Can you tell I'm having fun? Honestly, I was close to sell this guitar because I don't like the electronics on it or anything. Just the everything else about it is fantastic. It's a Canadian instrument. They know how to handle all the different climates we get here in Finland and stuff like that, because they have a fairly similar climate and everything, but the electronics were always the downside of this thing. Otherwise I love it. Now? No way I'm selling this. And I still have like a bunch of files to go through and find the perfect one, but for whatever, 99 bucks, this is quite an improvement to this guitar. Okay, maybe 10 bucks for the IR back for the guitar as well, but yeah, 100 bucks. Roughly. Just wow. Can you tell I'm happy? Because I'm happy. And yeah, that concludes my demo of the NUX Mini Studio. Impressive little pedal. It does exactly what it says it will do. And there's a little software thingy that you can use to import your own impulse responses. It also shows you the EQ graph thing of how the impulse response sounds, stuff like that. I'd say out of all the impulse response pedals I've ever tried, this might be the most kind of beginner friendly, in the sense that if you are really not familiar with the impulse response technology and just happen to own a few cool drive pedals plus maybe modulation pedals, stack them up before this one. Put this as the last thing in your single chain level, 8 different cabinets, space, control. You get a rig, and just line up from here into your recording interface and start recording. Simple as that, really. Not a huge monetary investment. Compared to Moore Radar, for example, this thing is nice and simple. The Moore Radar is insanely overly complicated. In my opinion, I do not understand like why you need to heavily EQ something to get a decent sound. This has 8 decent sounds right in the box. And for most of the people, that might be more than enough, even without any custom impulse responses, which you can obviously upload here as well. And you really don't need more than 8 in a pedal like this. I don't know what you're going to do if you need more than 8 different impulse responses. Maybe a recording session, but then you would have computers with you anyway, so you could use impulse responses from there. Yeah. Another impressive little pedal from NUX. They just keep on producing good, usable stuff for real life, not live situations. Real life, maybe real life situations as well. I have no idea what those sentences mean. I think I'm leaving this video shoot with the excitement that my acoustic setup suddenly got fun and good sounding, and that's great. And if you want to get your NUX Mini Studio, please follow the link below in the description. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, ask any questions you might have. Subscribe, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of those things. Support me by getting a CatPick Studios t-shirt. Links below to my Teespring store in the description. And that's about it really. Thanks for watching this video. I shall see you next time.